After gaining some knowledge about Greek and Norse mythology, it is apparent that there are similarities but also differences. One significant distinction between Greek and Norse mythology when it comes to characters is that the deities of Norse mythologies are much more human-like. According to Lu 2015, they experience starvation, harm, and death, while Greek gods have rather little external links when it comes to humanity. One specific example of these is Zeus of Greek mythology and Odin of Norse myth. Both gods represent the king of gods or gods of all gods. Zeus is much moodier and certainly more unfaithful than Odin. Zeus, more than Odin, enjoys pushing himself to its limit and asserting his own strength, while Odin is vain in his own right. He loves bringing up his achievement and strengths. Would like to mention there are gods that play key positions in all pagan tradition. What makes this situation unique is that the presence of deity or the king. Odin is synonymous with magic, but with a little touch of stupidity, deception, and manipulation. Zeus, on the other hand, the righteous god of lightning and king of the Greeks, is the counterpart of Thor in Norse mythology. Simply put, a characteristic of one god in Greek mythology can be played by two or more than two gods in Norse mythology.
So let's answer the question why Greek mythology is taught in school over any other mythology. The simplest answer is influence. Mythology education supports students of all ages in a variety of ways. Students are exposed to a multitude of foreign cultures when contrasting them to their own. Mythology also teaches history by looking at ancient times and how they influence the present world. The analysis of Greco-Roman and Norse mythology also improves students' language comprehension, since many English words are taken from characters and incidents found within. Understanding the various mythological allusions will also help students appreciate literature and sculpture. By researching ancient mythologies, students begin to think analytically and contemporary history, explaining and exploring the remnants of ancient myths that have been left behind, as well as the stories that have been produced in their own time. Mythology incorporates many of these diverse areas of research into a single topic of study. And the best thing is that mythological myths are frequently entertaining. A mythology course, when taught properly, can be informative and enjoyable at the same time. Mythology is difficult to categorize into a single subject field due to its multifaceted existence. Mythology is taught in some schools as a history or sociology course. Others stress mythology's literary significance and teach it as an English or communication arts lesson. Mythological tales are often taught by Latin teachers to complement the learning of the language. No matter how mythology is taught or what age group, it is still an important and fascinating subject to study.
Both films talks about war, but some Greek mythology, their conflict starts with family and betrayal. In Norse films, they are much on the adventure and battle in the ocean. We can also see that every movie of Greek mythology it always the god or demigod is the main character. Not like on Norse films that Vikings are the usual main characters.
There's actually no exact explanation how Norse mythology ever started, but during European Middle Ages, they have founded some manuscripts that talks about with their dialects, some poems, and some sagas, and some deities that they have worshipped by Norse people. They also have founded some architectures and some objects that talks about with Norse mythology, and it includes Thor's hammer and small female figures interpreted as Vikings. Moreover, Norse mythology is the only religion that's somehow related or connected with Danes' daily living, since Danes love traveling, well-known explorers, warriors, and traders. They're also known as with their famous long ships, vessels that can navigate the shallow waters. In comparison, Norse gods and goddesses love to communicate with people and to travel. They also have adventures that pertain to combat, especially that Odin is the god of warrior. It is the reason why Vikings always worship Norse mythology, because they wanted them to enter Valhalla as warrior of Odin. It also served as their guidance whenever they travel and enter a battle.